Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to present my journal review, but this time I am not reviewing just one journal. I am comparing two journal articles from IAAA Access. The first one is about deep learning, and the second one is about a new concept called resumability, which is about making website load faster. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the research topic. This presentation review two journal article. The first paper explains deep learning, how it works, what platform are we used to build it, and where it is applied in real life. And the second paper introduces something called resumability. This is a new idea for making websites become fast and interactive much quicker than before. Now, why is this important? Both big show how computer science keeps solving real problems. Deep learning helps machine recognize, predict, and make decisions. Responsibility make sure that the system we build are fast and usable for everyone, even people with a slow internet connection. By comparing both, we can see two different but equally important slides of informatics. Now let's move to the next slide. Alright, this is the first article. The title is a survey of deep learning, platform, application, and emerging research trends. It was written by William G. Hatcher and Wei Yu from Towson University in the United States, and it was published in IEEE Access in 2018. The objective of this paper is simple: to give a short overview of deep learning and explain how deep learning works with platform are used to build it, where it is applied, and what kind of research is coming next. In this paper, the author compared 8 different platforms and covered 10 different application areas. Let's look deeper into this article. For the method, the author used a systematic literature review, or SLR. This means they studied many existing research papers and organized them based on the learning type, the application area, and how developed its topic already is. For the main findings, the result is interesting. No single platform is the best at everything. TransFlow, MXNext, CNTK, and Keras have their own strength. Also, deep learning already perform better than human in image recognition, and it also works really well in audio, language, medical, and finance tasks. For the conclusion, this paper is still a strong reference for learning the basics of the deep learning, but by today's standard, it is a bit outdated because it does not cover transformer model or PyTorch, which are now leading the field. Now let's move to the second article. Okay, this is the second article. The title is Resumability, a New Primitive for Developing Web Application. It was written by Juho Hepsalainen, Isco Hebri, and Patrick Fudaima, and it was published in IEEE Access in 2024. Alright, one interesting fact, one of the author, Nisco Hebri, is the original creator of the Angular framework, and also the CEO creator of Quick, which is one of the technologies discussed in this paper. The objective of this paper is to introduce resumability. This is a new way to build website to load faster by removing repeat work between the server and the browser. Now let's look at the details of the second article. For the method, this is not an experiment. It is a theoretical or perspective analysis. This means the authors build a strong argument using logic and theory, and they support it with real implementations called Sidewine and Quick, plus early performance data from Google. For the main finding, resumability allows the browser to skip rerunning code used to rebuilding the page state. Because of this, the website becomes interactive faster, and websites built using Quick actually show better performance score than typical frameworks based on Google's Core Web Vitals data. For the conclusion, resumability is a promising new idea for web performance, but it still needs more real-world testing, especially for the complex data that is difficult to convert into the simple format. Now let's move on the key concept used in the blue paper. Both paper use some technical terms, so let me explain them in simple words. From the first article about deep learning, we have three important terms. CNN or convolution neural network is a type of neural networks that find visual patterns. It is mostly used for image recognition. RNN or recurrent neural network is a network built specifically for sequence like text or speech. And Tensor TensorFlow is an open source platform used to build and train deep learning models. From the second article about reasonability, we also have three important terms. Hydration is the process where a browser has to rerun code just to make a server mode page interactive. Reasonability is the new method where the browser resumes from a safe state instead of rerunning all that code again. And Quick is a website framework that is built specifically for reasonability. It splits the code down to each individual click or tap. Now we are these technologies actually used. For deep learning, we can see it in healthcare, for deep learning, we can see it in healthcare, where it helps doctors detect disease from medical image. Finance, it is used to predict market trends. In cybersecurity, it can detect malware and network attacks. And in natural language processing, it powers translation and chatbot system. For reasonability, it is mainly used in web development to help websites load and respond faster. It also helps mobile users, especially those with slow or limited networks. It can improve search ranking because Google considers loading speed as a ranking factor. And it helps growing applications keep their loading cost low, even as the app becomes bigger and more complex. Now let's compare both articles directly. For the similarities, both are IAAA access papers. Both of them try to organize a fasting changing area of computer science into a clearing structure, so readers can understanding where the field is going next. For the differences, Article 1 review a broad, already established field using many studies. This is a literature review, meanwhile Article 2 proposed one brand new idea and argues for it theoretically. Using only early evidence, this is a perspective paper. And for the most interesting point, in my opinion, reasonability is the most exciting one. This is because it directly changes how future website, maybe even website that we as informatics students will one day will load and perform for real user. Let's talk about the strength and weakness of both papers. For the strengths, Article 1 offers wide and practically coverage across many real applications, from healthcare to cybersecurity. Article 2 offers a clear, well-reasoned new idea, and it backed by an expert who actually built the technology himself. For the weakness, Article 1 is now a bit outdated, since it does not mention transformer model or Pythons, which led the field today. Article 2 still like large-scale proof, and it does not fully explain how it handles very complex data. Now let me share my personal reflection after reading both papers. For new knowledge, I learned that deep learning models like CNN and RNN already power a lot of real applications around us. I also learned that even something as simple as how a web page load can actually be redesigned completely from the ground up for better performance. For IT vocabulary, from Article 1, I learned terms like CNN, RNN, TransFlow, and Systematic Literature Review, or SLR. From Article 2, I learned terms like hydration, reasonability, and code splitting. And for real-life application, this idea applies directly to any software or web project. Smart AI feature need good models to work well, and every website need to load fast so users stay happy and keep using it. In conclusion, both journal articles show how important it is for technology to keep evolving, not just through small improvements, but sometimes through completely new ideas. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. My name is Muhamad Akbar Ibrahim, student number 15250069. Thank you.